Niaje bro bana.
Yaani kuna mafalo wamejiseti base.
Wali umesotaje unakosadi chwani?
Wanangoja wafanyie job kuja watolee form.
Sasa itabidi ungoje nifike hivyo BS ndo tubanje. Sawa? Chonjo.
Manze life Kanairo saa zingine si easy. But there is always a bright side to everything. No. Manze hizi ni gani tena Jo? Mashuksha. Mimi naitwa John, but unaweza niita Jonte.
If there is something that I loved about this trailer, niva venye iko punchy, like there were a lot of it felt very much like a trailer, like you know, like this is on this one and this one. Yes, I am definitely like I am going to watch it. Yes, I do. One, because I like our own Kenyan film, like it feels very very relatable. Like you know, like when I have been in that situation, like it feels very much like that. So I am definitely going to be watching it.
It would have been nice if you had already watched it, because now the trailer and the film are almost two different things, and they did that on purpose.
What? So now I think I have a gist of what is going on. Turns out I don't know nothing.
You have a few tiny little things.
Yes. Sawa, you and I, because I know you guys at home are watching, we are going to commit to go and watch Kanairo so that we can understand and, you know, enjoy and learn. Because I feel like there's a lot in there. As I was going through the bio, I felt like there's a lot to unpack. Honestly, it didn't take me a minute to come up with 20, 30 questions. Like, it felt like there's a lot that is going on. I'm not going to ask you all of them. Relax.
Should I run?
No, don't run away. Let's start from you. Tukujue kidogo. When did you get into the film industry? Like, what was the point where you decided film is what I want to do?
Those are two different questions.
Yes.
The point I decided film is what I wanted to do was when I started seeing a different representation of Kenya on screens, which was when Sugar was premiering. I cannot remember the year.
Yes.
But I remember I was a young baby. I had not gone into campus just yet. I'm not even sure. I think I was in between high school and campus, and I was about to make a decision on what I wanted to do. And prior to that, we had Akina Vioja Mahakamani, Tausi, Inspector Mwala or something of that sort. And all of this, the productions that I was seeing, they were very limited to a certain location and a certain character. And all these people spoke Swahili that we hardly, from my neck of the woods, we hardly spoke that Swahili. So I was like, you want to tell me is this how we are supposed to be speaking, or we're supposed to be dealing with things? And then so when I saw Sugar, and I saw this on the trailer, when she says, I love you, Violet, when she says, I love you, Nairobi, I saw Uhuru Highway, and I was like, stop, I see this place every day, and I was like, this is what I wanted to do. And then so now I transitioned to now, because I thought it was acting at the time. So when I went into campus, I selected film in all my campus selections. Like any university that had film, I had film anywhere. And if there's nothing, I left. Well, it was very bold at the time, but because ningekosa kuitwa alafu.
It had to be. I know. Even now, that's very, if you're going to pick one thing and put it on all the campus applications.
And I thought like I wanted to act, but turns out when I went to film school, I realized actually I don't want to act.
There are a lot of things you can do that are not exactly acting, but still in the film industry. So you went through campus. Where did you go to campus? Here.
Yes. KU.
Welcome home.
I told you I'm home. I came here.
Thank you. Wow. How was the experience like you had imagined?
What, film school?
Yes, film school.
I didn't have any imagination of film school, because I thought I was coming to learn how to act. And then I'm very animated. I'm very bubbly. I'm full of energy under normal circumstances. So I thought, this is what I wanted to do. And then I come and I'm realizing it's not just acting. There's directing, there's script writing, there's producing, there's all of these other things that I can do. Animation, scoring. I'm like, what? Stop.
There are a lot of...
You said I don't have to act? I can do many other things.
Yes, there are other things that you can do.
Yeah, and the first project that I did, actually the first 3 years in school, all the projects that I did, I maintained being an actor.
Yes.
I maintained because I thought that is what I wanted to do.
Yes.
And then I realized, actually, you
don't have to do that.
Yeah,
you can be doing a lot of other work.
Right.
Still,
Also,
yes.
you can control a lot more when you're not in front of the screen.
Thank you.
And I'm a controlling person.
Yeah. So you did like that.
Like we have to have a conversation about why I need to do something according to how you think it's right.
Yes.
And then so now I had to start learning how to direct, how to produce, how to write across my film school journey. Went to the industry, did a couple of TV dramas and films.
Including which one?
I produced Mama Digital on Ibri TV. I produced Mjinga na Mshenzi, aired on Ibri TV.
Yes.
I was in Kona, but that was the very first time when I was acting, when I thought I wanted to act.
Yeah. Okay.
Yes, Kona Mnet. And then after Mama Digital, Ibru came to KUTV, did a stint in KUTV.
Yes.
Silver Screen is one of the products that I did, focus on health, budding entrepreneur.
Yes.
All of those were under my name. And then I left KUTV, went and did business television on Metropole TV.
Yes.
Yes. And then now, I came back to filmmaking last year and produced A Better Life, now streaming on Showmax. And then now Kanairo.
Yes, amazing. You have been through it.
I have.
Huh?
Where?
I've seen years of
experience.
Yes, of experience and of different things that I have actually heard of but didn't know. Well, I am
now
in the presence of greatness. It is good to acknowledge.
Thank you.
Yes, that I am. So then that has been the Kasafari, the journey. Let's get to Kanairo.
Yeah.
So what inspired Kanairo?
Kanairo.
Yes.
Kanairo, it's usually a very hard question for me to answer because Kanairo is a mesh of so many things that is happening in the society. When I sat down to write it, I didn't say, you know what, inspiration come, let me write.
Yes.
No, it didn't come like that. It almost like bulldozed itself through me.
Yeah.
When I started writing Kanairo, I didn't even know what I was writing. Same as so many other scriptwriters, when you're writing a script from zero, like you haven't had any workshop, you don't know anything about it, and it's just you and the screen and Celtics writing.
Yeah.
And so when I started writing it, it became very clear that all these themes were coming through me, right? And we were talking about, at the time, LGBTQ discrimination was very, very high, and people were being killed left, right, and center.
Yes.
And it came through me, and I looked at love in the story. I looked at mobile loans in the story and how deep somebody can get into mobile loans. I looked at high functionality depression. And then in the end, it felt like I was channeling somebody who had already committed suicide and wanted their story out. Yeah. So it ended up being about suicide. So when I wrote it, it's a 12-minute film. Yeah. When you read the script and when you see it on the movie is when you feel the weight. Yes, the weight of everything that is covered in there. Yes, like I was telling you before we started, like as honestly as I was preparing for this, I felt like there was a lot going on. Like there was very many themes covered, very many issues, relatable issues that are in the film. So if you have not been inspired to watch Kanairo, this is your moment. This is the time, because in under 12 minutes, in 12 minutes you will have gone through the roller coaster of emotions. Exactly, of emotions because of whatever is going on. So why did you decide to call it Kanairo? Okay, so the naming of Kanairo came a little later, because when the first draft of the script was called Nairobian character development. Yes. Okay. Character development. Massive. This Nairobi. But it's true though. But it's true. When you see the life of Jonte and as he goes through his own challenges and stuff, you realize he's not even being character developed. He's just being a Nairobian in Nairobi. Yeah, like normal life. Do you know what I mean? And then I was like, okay. Yeah. Then Kanairo just came up. Fits. Like I mean, from when you have told me about whatever inspired, whatever is covered, Kanairo like kind of covers. It's like an umbrella that covers everything. Right. Because all of that is happening right here in Nairobi. Right. Yes. Yeah. All of that. So I think it was a perfect selection. Thank you. In case you are wondering, I know you've been told that a number of times. Yeah, but you know, sometimes you don't even want to name your film at something so complicated. You know. Yeah. You want something people can remember like this.
Yes, haraka haraka and get to it. So Kanairo, we are going to be repeating that a number of times so that you don't forget it. So I know you have mentioned a number of issues covered, but what themes have been covered in the film?
So the major theme that I wanted to address, especially in Kanairo, was the high functionality depression, which is very rampant.
Yes.
And as I was doing research on suicide, we realized that 78% of the population that had committed suicide in 2021 were men. 78%.
That's a lot.
12% are only women.
Yeah.
Are we trying to say like in 10 people, 8 have committed and are men? What are we saying? What's the problem?
Ooh.
So when I started going down, and when you watch the film, you'll understand why the breakdown had to be like that. When I started going down, I realized men don't have safe spaces. They don't have anybody to talk to. Like, us guys, we can chit chat. We don't know each other. I'm like, hey, let me tell you.
Like
and then remember that time, umesema 10 million things zenye zimekuaffect na amekupatia advice like, okay, I should
maybe
consider.
I should try that.
But men, they don't. So when Jonte was going through his life, when the film begins, you almost feel like he's just going through a normal life. It's just Nairobi. I mean, nothing is happening. But you can also see him struggle to survive. And he's really beating, every single thing, and he's trying to survive until the end. And you realize, okay, the whole time he was struggling to survive. He didn't have anybody to talk to. All of these things felt like they were just zilikuwa zinamwangukia tu all at once. And then the final straw was his conscience telling him, you might want to consider. I don't think you want to live tomorrow. That's the final straw. And we don't know if he actually takes away his life or not. Yes. And that's why now we are developing.
Wait, is there going to be a second? Shall we ask that right now?
Yes. We are actually developing a feature, 1 hour. It's 1 hour 40 minutes right now.
Please.
Movie that can, Yes.
Because that is such a cliffhanger. Like, the thing I don't to be left hanging is whether someone dies or not. You're almost like, is the other one ready?
Because sometimes when the audience are watching, then you get to make your own decision as an audience. Should he kill himself or should he struggle tomorrow?
Okay, that's a good question to finish a film with. All right, so suicide and mental health. Let's talk about just men kidogo. Where can they find safe spaces? I know we are not men. I hope that you who are watching can be able to talk to me. Tell me, where do you guys vent? Where do you guys go? Just to hang out and actually talk about your issues, just bro each other out and you go home and you have talked about nothing. Where do you guys go to vent, to let off some steam? Did you find if there are any spaces they can actually be able to go?
Well, not necessarily. We did a workshop with the crew and the cast just before we got into the shooting period. And in our workshop there's a lot of brainstorming. You go through the script and you're discussing and everybody's like, guy, unajua hata mimi ile siku alafu kuna kazi yangu fulani hata alichotango hivyo. And you realize these guys don't have somebody to listen. They can't offer each other as a source of audience. Men can't offer each other as a source of audience. And women can offer ourselves only when need be.
Okay.
Only when need be. Sometimes when a man comes and tells you, hey, ni aje nisaidie na so you're like, hey, excuse me. Are you my brother, my father, or my...
Exactly.
Do you know what I mean? Like,
only when...
when need be. If you're somebody who is, then I can give you. The rest I really don't
really care. And that is so true, because like a random guy, even just can I talk to you? No, me, I'm thinking, no, what are you doing?
Wanza akikuita madam, you're like,
So we need to be better safe spaces.
How dare he call me madam?
I know. Hold up, I'm just a girl.
Exactly.
So lesson for women, we might just want to give more grace and let
the society in general. And that's why when we're working on the feature, we're integrating with the Nairobi Council to see if they can be able to provide these services, at least to the guys who can be able to reach them. Use the film to get to to where they need help.
Yes.
And have a talk and a conversation with somebody.
Exactly. Ooh, okay, I hope that is a continuing conversation. I think we should talk more on that. You've mentioned about a workshop that you had, and actually one of my questions was that the experience pre, during production and post-production with the cast and crew. Just how was that? Was it enlightening in any way? Was it eye-opening in any way?
As a director, myself and my producer, we made sure that our crew and cast had limited access to women. In this case, I had to make sure that the crew and the cast had majority of the men to see how men interact with other men. Because because most of the time a man would say, unajua ni udem, nule dem yake. Yeye ndo anakuanga shida. Mamake ndo anamsumbuanga, sijui nani ndo anamsumbu. It's never brother, simama ni nini unafanya ni ufale unafanya, you know? It's never that. It's always another woman who's causing my pain. And so when we were having that conversation, I didn't want it to be a woman to be another reason for why. So we maintained a full male cast and a full male crew, well, majority of it, except 2 women who are cast and 2 women who are crew only.
The rest was male.
Male, all of them.
Yeah.
And the reason why is so that they can be able to integrate with the story, because they would be able to give us the raw emotions at the end of the day that are our first audience. So when you're having that, the workshop, it ended up being so interesting between me and my producer. We were crying. We were like, oh my God, let me hug you. Oh my God, we need to buy them flowers. Me and my producer, she's called Clemo. We need to buy them flowers. We need to buy everyone flowers. Imagine they've never received flowers. They've never received a gift. They were so broken. And it's only through the conversation that we realize that men are seeking for this attention and affection. And there's no one to give. You know, last Monday but one, we were talking about a function that was going on called Give the Woman Her Flowers. I think it's about time we call the men, right? And, you know, and give them some flowers. Because come to think of it, it's almost I almost expect to get a gift. Like, you know, first of all, if your birthday pita, then there's no gift.
And it's coming up. There will be problems.
Akange akijua kwenye anaenda.
True.
Except you don't think about them like that. And they are human beings. They seek also emotional connection.
Exactly. And just like everyone is happy being gifted. Like you don't have to be a woman. It's not gender specific.
Exactly. It became so emotional. Me, I shed a tear so many times. Oh my God. I was like, oh my God, I cannot believe. Now you go home, you look at your dad, you're like, okay, I'm so sorry, you're a man. And then you look at your brother, I'm so sorry. Like you're feeling for them. Do you know what I mean?
But this is so true. Like even case in point of even when we go visiting home, chances shopping is for mom. Like chances of you got your dad something, maybe like those special once a year. Okay, so maybe we as a society, all of us need to sit down and actually go through this, which is the reason why you should watch Kanairo, because it will open your eyes to things that you think are normal but are not.
They're not normal.
They are not.
Even when you look at the statistics with suicide and depression and stuff, it was mind-blowing to me that men are the ones who are depressed. And yet a man will never project it. You know, like a woman, we're so bubbly. We're so out there.
Like, go on
you would
and
know
on.
when someone is off, you'll be like,
you're not your usual... your usual bubbly self. What's up? And then now we talk about it. And I go home a bit relieved and even happy. So maybe as a society we need to do something. We need to listen more to the men in our lives. We need to give them space to talk a bit more. You've talked about Clemo, your producer, and I just wanted to know your experience. How was it working with her? How did you think she did? Because she's not here. So how do you think she did as a producer?
Well, she's here.
She's not on air. Yes. But how was working with her and how she did? Yes.
Well, she's my partner, so we correct each other when need be. We correct each other when need be. I think for us, the relationship that we forged is one that we are each other's backbones. So there's no way some cracks will fall off and I'm there and I'm not able to pick them up. So there was a lot of collaboration between me and her. And same as many other producer-director relationship, there's no way you'll be on set and be at peace when you are fighting with your director. I mean with your
producer.
Because sasa mnaweza kuwa mnakujiwa na wezi na uko apati action. How? Now
you can be out here actioning. The other things are burning on the side.
And then everything else is going down. So there's a lot of collaboration and there's a lot of leaning on each other, trust that is in there. So I think she did well. We shot in the middle of Nairobi.
Yes.
Across Nairobi so we shot in 3 locations. We shot in Nairobi, we shot in Umoja 3, and we shot in Makadara or Madaraka.
Both of those places are places.
Yes,
Makadara, exactly.
All of those places, all of those places are very risky places to shoot at.
Yes.
Let alone shoot at while you're a woman.
Yeah.
And let alone when you have a very limited crew.
Exactly.
So for us to have been able to shoot in those 3 locations and come out with a film, I have to applaud her.
Yes.
Because
that deserves some applause. I was at a shoot recently where someone tried to throw stones at our drone.
Ona?
Yeah.
Wakenya.
Like, I'm like, what? To having been able to put that together in those very high risk places, makofi to both of you, to your producer and you and the cast and the crew, everybody. Just makofi. It's not the easiest place to shoot.
It really isn't. And sometimes when you see it on the film, you hardly even notice that you're in a very high risk. Like everything is so like, we're just making a film. Yeah,
it's like just the box of where you are making the film, not forgetting exactly the environment you are in. Makofi kwenyu. How long did it take to put it together?
So we shot. So the whole film, putting it together, the whole film, from the beginning to the end, I would say about 2 months, because we started in mid-December. Yeah, and then we were done with post-production by end of January, and then so we went into distribution.
Yes. Ooh, that it was like a short, intense.
It has to be intense because even the themes that we were talking about, they're not easy themes. So when you're having to integrate with your actor and tell them what they have to do, there has to be a lot of research.
Exactly.
Right?
Yes.
And you have to feed them exactly what they need to do. Otherwise, tu ni mtu amekuja, he has to wear somebody else's shoes.
Exactly.
But this is your film.
You need them to embody.
Exactly. And when you watch it, the actor, he's called Jeff Omondi. He plays Jonte so well. I think his name is now Jonte.
Yeah. Like you see him and you're like, Jeff is gone.
Do you know what?
Jonte.
And everybody else, the moment you watch the film and then you meet up with him, you're like, niaje Jonte?
Yeah. So he became Jonte. Yeah. That is nice. You have mentioned about shooting in risky places. What are some of the challenges that you went through?
Shooting in risky.
Yeah. Wow. Great answer, in fact.
But I mean, security is always a big challenge, especially in film sets. But our producer did a really good job with that, and she handled security very well. We also had, funding has always been a problem. We had an investor pull out the morning of shoots. And me and my producer are looking at each other like, okay, we might as well shoot it because now,
now everything is ready.
To do. Everybody is here, the equipment is here, and then there's no money. So, but those are things that you prepare for as a filmmaker because it doesn't come easy. And then not so many people understand the whole process of investing in a film and returns and all of that. So as you take it as a business, you have to recognize as an art, it is a business, but so many other people will look at it as an art. Yes. So it's upon you to tell them that you might look at it as an art, but I do this as business. Yes.
True.
Yeah.
The reasons for pulling out?
There are personal reasons. You can't really, I cannot come here and say, hey, let me tell you, no. Yes. There are personal reasons. But there are things that happen with investors. You're in one time and then you get cold feet because of the whole nature of the film industry in itself. You get cold feet, you're unsure if you're going to get your money back, and then you put in your money and then inakosa kuja, you're like, okay, sawa. Yeah. But it's fine. All investors know when you're investing into something, there's a level of risk.
There's a level of risk to it. And actually, I don't judge from this point. It's just that the morning of the shoot.
Imagine. I was like, jana usiku
like, what's wrong with you? Any other time would have been better than the morning of the shoot.
But also, it tells you that you need to have a crew that is very solid with your idea. Yes. So that by the time something like this is happening, all of you are not falling down the cracks. Right? So the shoot can still continue. Exactly. You don't have to rely on one person for you to make art.
You kind of have to have backup. plan
backup
B,
and
C,
backup,
D.
and that's filmmaking.
Yes, and that
Backups
is
of backups.
true. Because things will go wrong. If anything can go wrong, it will go wrong.
That's the day it rains. That's the day sijui kuna ambulance kulichomeka sijui
it's
mad.
bad.
Yeah.
Some people are commenting hapa online and asking some questions. Francis Maina anasema, good morning Karen, we are following the conversation live from Dendegwa. Thank you very much, Francis. Another is asking Mark Mwangi Washira anasema, is your video part of a strategy or campaign, and how will you measure the results and ROI?
Okay.
Yes.
Ooh, that's somebody who understands.
Yeah, that's someone who is understanding what's
we
going
should
on.
Speak.
Yeah.
After this, yes. So we shot the short film is 12 minutes.
Yes.
The feature is going to be 1 hour, around 1 hour 40 minutes. It's a full feature.
Yes.
1 hour 40 minutes, 1 hour 30 minutes thereabouts.
Yes.
But when we're shooting the short film, we shot it as a proof of concept. So
Ah.
that yes.
Yes,
So
okay.
by the time you watch, you're ending when you you're like,
Yes.
I need more.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is meant to be like that,
Exactly.
so that we can get more.
Perfect.
So yeah. So we shot it as a proof of concept. It's currently on the festival run, so how we can measure the ROI is currently on the festival run, but because it also has gotten the attention
Yes.
of big distributors,
Yes.
then we can say at least atujenda vibaya sana
Mko sawa.
so far.
Yeah.
Seeing as it's only how many months? Five months
Yes.
from February.
From February, yes. That
Yes.
should be about 5 months.
Yes.
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 Other films have achieved less. Trust me.
Trust.
Yes. So this one
Trust.
is so far.
We cannot be mad about
Exactly.
it.
You cannot be mad about whatever is happening
Yes,
right now.
yes.
And
But we're
that's
actually
why-
using the same. Sorry to cut you short.
No, that's okay.
We are actually using the same short film to get into crowdfunding for the feature.
Yes.
For anybody, after we won the Sondeka, anybody wanted to support, we didn't have a channel where they could support. They'll say,
Yeah.
oh my God, it's such a nice film. I heard you guys are doing a longer version. We're like, yeah, we're looking for funds. How can I support them?
Yeah.
We're like,
We didn't think that far ahead.
Apo sasa.
Is that,
But now
do you
we have the
think
funding.
yes?
Yeah.
Do you think that is one of the challenges in filmmaking? Like, I know there is the realistically looking at it, you want to have backup, but sometimes to just have that crowd funding platform, or rather to have a funding platform put in place,
Right.
Because some people will want to actually fund.
Actually, there are guys who are very interested in supporting the arts. They
Yes.
don't have a problem with it. They don't even want you to bring back their money. They
Yes.
just want, they're like, you're doing, you're two women,
Yes.
mnang'ang'ana,
Yeah.
unajua ni ngumu, wacha nikupatie aka kapesa. Unasema, okay, asante, thank you so much. And
Yes.
the others were like, hey, good job. And they just clap and end of story.
Yes.
So sometimes as a filmmaker, we didn't see it as a potential way to fund for the film.
Yeah.
Until after we won, and
Yes.
everybody was like, how can I support?
Yes.
And we can't say send on my M-Pesa because it would look like, kwani ninakulipia rent ama kunaenda aje?
Exactly.
So you want to be professional about it. But it all depends on the strategies that you have in place and what it is that you want to do. There are many films that might not work on crowdfunding.
Exactly.
And the other films you'll get little to no support at all.
Yes.
So it depends ni wapi kwenye
With-
unaenda. Kuna ile
exactly.
yenye ukiangalia hivi unasema it's more of a business than it is a passion project. Then
Yes.
let me just approach investors only, and the others who let me go for funding only. So you
Yes.
look for opportunities for funding.
Yes.
The others you're looking for investors. The other you're looking for anybody who can be able to support.
Yes.
Let them support.
So the only way not allowed is not to have a strategy.
Not to
How-
have a strategy
Yes,
is the
that's-
only way not allowed.
That
Same
is
as
not-
life, I guess.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So have a strategy, whichever way it goes, then good for you.
It's a plus.
Yes, I think this is a good point to talk about Sondeka Awards.
Yeah.
And how are you feeling to win? You know?
That's usually such a weird question. You feel good.
Yeah.
You really feel good. You feel validated.
Yes.
And sometimes because when you make the film, you almost look like a crazy person.
Yes.
From conception to the end,
Yes.
you almost look like you're very fixated on one
On it.
idea.
Yeah, you know, it's like someone asking you, so what are you doing currently? Then you go on
You're
and
like-
on about suicide.
Yeah,
and
and they're
men.
like, something is wrong.
Something is wrong with you. So, are you okay? Okay. So,
So when we got the award, it was a surprise for us, but also the entries that were in the Sondeka Awards, they're talking about very heavy themes. There was domestic violence. Then there was this mental health, and then there was another on disabilities, not inability, and stuff like that. So there are themes that could interest you.
Yes.
But also, I'm not sure why they chose it to be the Judges Award, because the Judges Award is not being voted by the public. It's the judges who pick the most elite product out of the selection, and then now we get the Judges Award. So it was a surprise for us. Mi nilikuwa ninangoja tuitwe best short film, and then so me and my producer were chatting away, and then we're hearing Kanairo. I'm like, eh? Kanairo?
Yeah.
Why are they calling Kanairo that? Kumbe si ndo tunaitwa stage.
Yeah. Wow.
So
I'm sure that like you have said, I think validating is the word. And then for it to be at judges, like this is like being judged, but now on a higher level.
Right?
Yes, because people, I will vote as a friend. I like what you're doing.
Support.
But the judge has no, like, it's
no
whatever,
correlation.
what is the best product among these good products?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. It ended up being the Judges Award, and then it was also screened during the event, which was a plus for me, because I always wanted to see it. As a filmmaker, you just want to see how people are going to receive it.
Yes.
And it's such a dark film.
Yeah.
It's such a dark film.
Yeah.
As a filmmaker, I'm like, why would you want to watch such a dark film? And then
because that is reality kwa ground, mambo iko hivyo.
Mazeni kitu yenye inaweza kutrigger hivi, but inakutrigger polepole na kuuliza maswali. So nikaanza kuona the reaction, and I'm like, okay. I got more fire to now make the longer version.
Exactly. All right, we are headed into wrapping up. So anyone that is watching Kanairo, the 12 minutes as we wait for the feature, what are some of the things, like I know we have talked about them throughout the show, but in one nice wrap, what do you want them to take home? What do you want anyone that sits to watch Kanairo to take away from?
I think the most important thing that Kanairo tries to tell people is it's important for us to create safe spaces for individuals.
Yes.
Let alone just at the male and the female gender. It's just important for us to create safe spaces for everybody alike, but mostly to give the male child a listening ear.
Yeah.
It's not that they cannot speak.
Yes.
They can speak, and their voice has been muted because of the society and how everything is going on.
Yes.
And because their voice has been muted, now the girl child is suffering. Now we have so many single parents. Now we have so many broken families because the man doesn't feel that his voice is being heard.
Exactly.
And so while we're here tunaweka the girl child on a pedestal and forgetting about the boy child, itafika mahali mwanamke ndo atakuwa amechukua usukani kila mahali, but hatutakuwa na watoto
because now
wanaume wote wameenda.
Exactly.
Wamejiua, awasikiki wameenda.
Exactly.
So we're just a community of female only.
Yeah.
So it's important to have the balance, and I think it begins with creating the safe space.
Exactly. And I think we have had this very similar conversations here on this show. We said we need a balance as we protect, guard the girl child. We need to know that they will relate very much with the boy child. So if there is no balance, then we are just one-siding the community, the society in general. And like you have said, like in the long term, we may not have a society. Just
will it be sad?
Yes.
To
Which
see
is
that
very sad.
See, like any male figure that you have in your life, your son, your dad, your brother, all went because they committed suicide.
No.
And they couldn't talk to you.
Yeah.
How would you feel?
I think very bad. So I think we need to get to that point.
But the feature also addresses that. The feature truly now gets down into why a man would not feel like he cannot speak to anybody. And what has he done to be able to get there? The feature actually has a way better ending.
Yeah.
It gives you a complete ending.
Yes, all right. We are looking forward because cliffhangers are not my thing. Yes, that is why series are... you keep wanting to go. Yes, it's a very big struggle for me. One last question from Mark as well. Anasema, what is your long-term goal? How important is company culture to you? Let's answer these questions as moja. Okay. What is your long-term goal? I know, of course, we are going for the feature for Kanairo.
Okay.
We are going for the feature. Is there anything you're thinking on it?
Yes, we're already in conversations with a leading international streaming platform for the feature. Yes. So that's always a positive.
True.
If you have elicited any attention from the short, and you get the attention of a leading streaming platform, international streaming platform. Yeah. So that is the feature, and then also we're planning for an international festival run with a feature as well. Yes. But so far, tunaona atuko pabaya sana.
Yes, I think
the
that's a
distribution
good
of the
long
feature
term.
is at least sorted for now.
Is going well.
Yes.
Perfect. The next one is how important is company culture to you, and what measures do you take to maintain your desired culture? Yes.
Okay. For an arts company like the one that we have, for an arts company that the one that we have, it's important to ensure
Yes.
that we're able to hear each other and we're able to trust each other, because at the end of the day, art is all about emotion and eliciting emotion from the audience.
Yes.
And most of our first audiences are the people who we're working with, the crew, the cast, and everybody who's with us. So for us, it's very important for trust, being able to support each other as you're going, because it's very, very hard also. We have very long working hours.
Yes.
And like early morning,
Late
late
nights
nights,
and early mornings.
kusimama the whole day.
Yeah.
Yes, so there's that. But also timekeeping is a very important element in filmmaking, because every single time you're losing the sun, you're losing some money.
Exactly.
Every single second is almost equivalent to a
when
million.
the sun goes down, you've
That's
not
it.
done what you meant to do for the day. You're not doing well.
And then if you have an investor like us who pulls away, then
now things are bad.
gets worse. So they're disciplined. There's a quote that I saw that success is on the other side of discipline.
Yes.
It cannot come more correct than in filmmaking.
Yes.
You have to be disciplined with every single facet of filmmaking if you're going to make it in the other side.
Yeah. So show up on time.
Show up on time,
Yes.
do your due diligence, do your research, do everything that is needed to be done by the time it's needed to be done, because it's always a time issue.
Exactly.
Always a time issue.
Yes, it is. The
Otherwise,
when is as important as what you are doing.
Yes,
Wow,
yes,
amazing. But
yes.
you are here early, very, very early. And you see, I like the way this interview has gone. You're massacring all my questions, which I like.
Wow,
so, yes,
the 30 of
you're
them.
doing well. The 30 of them.
Thank you so much.
You're most welcome.
Yes.
Where can we go to watch the feature, Kanairo?
Okay, so right now I'm crowdfunding for the feature. So I'm imploring for guys to really support us. And as a tuma 10,000.
Yes, as much as you can.
And as a tuma 10 shillings and as a tuma 10,000 in denominations of 1 until 1 million.
Yes. Ooh,
But kwa 1 million we can talk.
Yes.
Usitumie pesa mingi, hiyo tunaweza ongea
piga
kando.
kwanza.
Hiyo tunaweza ongea kando. So we have a crowdfunding link already on our social media handles, which is at Real Strike Studios.
Yes.
It's on the I think you saw it on the trailer.
Yes.
At Real Strike Studios. So when you get to at Real Strike Studios, you'll be able to see so many of the other things that we are doing, and you should be able to get a link of the crowdfunding. So we implore the audience to please tusaidieni tafadhali.
Thank you.
And then so once it's done, hopefully as of next year, we will come here again and tell you where they're going to be airing.
Exactly.
Yes.
Wow.
Yes, but I'm
Hopefully
hoping
on
we'll have
international platform.
Yes, but I'm hoping we're going to have a premiere as well. If that does happen,
Please, yes.
yes, I
Yeah,
am
I
calling
mean,
for guys to come
For
and
guys
watch in the
to-
cinema.
Exactly.
Bring your girlfriend and your mom.
Yes. And that's the thing I like about this film. Your dad, your brother, your kid, all of
them can come and watch.
the film. We are looking forward to that. But right about now, in denominations of 1, so from 10 bob, 100 bob, 1,000 bob, you have paid for far less amazing things. You can definitely afford a few coins to throw in that basket,
Yes.
and and enjoy just an amazing show. I'm going to be getting to that. Kindly one more time repeat the socials, and then just invite guys to watch Kanairo.
Okay, so the social media handles of the company is at Real Strike Studios.
Yes.
However, you can follow me as well on Instagram, Facebook at Cercimercy, CECIMIAH.
Yes.
And my producer is at Claymore_Kabu.
Yes.
So any one of those
They will lead you back
to Real Strike Studios,
Exactly.
and then you can be able to get Kanairo on any of the platforms.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Wow, thank you. Thank you so much.
much.
I don't think we have left any stone unturned. Have we?
I'm wondering if we are done with the 30.
Yes. Yes, the 30 are done. Answered very well. Put together. Actually, all of them.
Really?
All of them.
Oh, wow,
Wow,
okay.
thank you. We have even talked about nominations
Yes.
and the win, so we are good to go. So thank you very much. Oh, I'm being notified that there's one more question on
Okay.
YouTube. We have sat. Could you believe that we have sat for about 45 minutes?
Stop!
Yes. We have been here
What?
talking away.
That's crazy.
Yes,
See,
what?
this is what women do.
Women talk. Thank you. Mark hadi anasema ya mwisho. Sawa Mark, anasema, would you describe yourself as a risk taker? I think can I answer that? Yeah.
Answer for me?
Yeah, I think definitely. From when you took film to Kanairo, spelling risk all the way.
Yep.
Describe some of the risks you have taken as a director and the results they have given.
Okay, shooting in downtown Nairobi is a big risk.
Yeah.
We there's a scene when he gets to watch, Mark, thank you so much for your comments. When he gets to watch the film, there's a scene where Jonte anaingia ndani ya matri. Ndani ya matri ilikuwa we're headed towards downtown, and I wanted to showcase how Nairobi truly is. Like uptown is uptown. It can be just you and one person alone. So on the screen you can see just very limited people, a few cars, buildings, drada. Then downtown, it is you versus the other.
Back to back. All of you. But you can see, I think like there is such a huge difference between uptown Nairobi and downtown, right?
On the film as well.
Big risk.
On the film as well.
It's a risk for you, for your equipment,
and my crew,
for everybody, and everything that is involved.
Yeah, I was telling my DOP that he needed to follow. You see the way when a Nairobian crosses the streets, unaangalianga hivi kagari kanakuja hivi kama umeputa mbio mbio ndo uende. So the camera had to show the real experience of a Nairobian. So you're ducking moving cars and stuff. It needed to be as real as possible.
So downtown Nairobi.
That was risky. And then Umoja 3, obviously security reasons at night was also very risky. Makadara or Madaraka, one of those. Makadara, yes. We shot in the wee hours of the night. So this is like 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m. That was mad risky.
Yes.
Mad, crazy risky. I don't even know how we do it. I said that's the producer, that's not me.
But you do love the results because he asked what results have they given.
Every risk, high risk equals
high results. True. That is true. I think tuifungia hapo. we don't want to water down that specific comment. But yeah, I hope that you keep taking higher risks. Go talk to all those international people. Let's see you so higher and higher.
Thank you so much.
As you take more risks, definitely you're going to be going up the ladder, and we are all rooting for you.
Oh, thank you so much.
Yes, you and your producer and your crew and everybody involved, because I know you're going to be doing many other projects.
Yeah, we are.
Yes. I know you're working on it. What is it cooking right now apart from Kanairo?
So we're doing, should I be, I don't know. She might kill me if I say it. But we have a couple of feature films on the pipeline, and there's a TV series that's also coming up.
Yes. Ooh, amazing. So we are looking forward to that one.
Really steamy, hot,
spicy feature film,
TV series. The feature film never relax. You will cry, Kiasi.
But the TV series is going to be fire. Okay, please come back here. Would you promise to come back here so we can sit now
be here.
And at least not talk about depression and talk about writings? Okay, ladies and gentlemen, seems like me and Cesc can go on and on. So we want to wrap it up here. But look out. That means you have said Real
Strike Studios.
Yes, Real Strike Studios.
Yes.
If you're there, you'll be able to know what's going on, the trailers.
All of the pages.
All of the pages. You're going to be knowing what is going on. So if I were you, I would be liking right now and following and sharing that link to my friends so that we can just sit back and enjoy good work being done by our own directors, writers, producers from right here. And we said on this show, we usually say the best support you can do is number one, go be a fan, number one. Then be willing, number two, to put your money into everything that they are doing, because they are doing amazing work, and all this amazing work uses money, right? So thank you very much, Cesc.
Thank you so much.
It's been an honor.
It's
and
been
a
blast.
You are most welcome. Ladies and gentlemen, that is where we close our interview, our first launch. We are going for a short break. When we come back, we still have much more on Art and Culture Monday, so stick around.
Yaani kuna mafala wamejiseti base.
Wali umesotaje unakosadi chwani?
Wanangojo wafanye job kuja watolee form.
Sasa itabidi ungoje nifike